Chosen vessel, what's the deal? It's Druuill, you already know. I'm back at you again with another video. Everybody, press that like button, share button, and don't forget to subscribe, okay? Shout out to the chosen vessels, shout out to the galactic family, and salute to the Drew Nation. All right, let's get things going. Let's get it started. You don't have to be anyone other than yourself. When you change for other people, you lose who you really are. You don't have to change to please anybody. A lot of us have been put under the spirit of being a people pleaser. When you please people, this is what they're going to do. They're going to see how far they can go. It's the take an inch, give them an inch, take a mile kind of thing. They're going to basically take as much advantage of you or out of the situation as they can. This is why it's important to not care about what anyone has to say about who you are or change for them. You don't want to lose yourself trying to make others happy. There's so many people who lose themselves and then they can't find themselves because they've made changes to their personality. They've made changes to who God made them for other people. If you're a respectful person and you leave people alone, when you go out in the public, you may be agitated and irritated. The public is not like how you would want it to be. If that is your personality, if you have a personality to where you don't want to be bothered, you respect people, you stay out of people's way, you don't get in people's way on purpose. See, there are people that will see you staying out of the way. There will be people who see you stepping out of people's way, stepping over to the side. Excuse me, but you will have people who will purposely put themselves in your way because they want a reaction. They're possessed and they have to get energy from people. That demon requires a certain amount of energy. All right, them demons be requiring the light from other beings. Those demons require your peace. They require your they require your fear. They want you to be afraid of them. They want you to fear them. They want to use this person to try to make you cower and make you be in fear of them or their spirit or their attitude or however they're being used. All right, these demons can only possess and use empty people. They can possess other people too. They could possess other people as well, but they really tend to try to go after people who got an empty vessel. All right, they want these empty-minded people, these people who are out here just acting any kind of way with no kind of faith, no kind of governance over themselves or their children. All right, they won't be respectful to you, your space, your things, what you have going on. They'll just try to be all up in your way because it's all about attention. And if they could get a certain amount of attention from a person who looks calm, poised, relaxed, collected to other people, all that energy that everybody was giving you now transfers into them. Because these people don't go after just regular everyday people. They go after somebody with a purpose. They go after somebody that looks like they're on their purpose. They seek after people who are in control of themselves. They have to try to make you look like you're not in control of themselves. It's a certain amount of energy and attention that you get when you step out in the public as a chosen one. And there are going to be demons, there are going to be entities out there that are jealous of that attention. So what they'll do is they'll create little incidences and scenarios for you to run into each other, for you to have to interact with them, speak to them, just so they could get that attention from you. You ever notice that when you actually look to engage and to speak to them, they're looking left, they're looking right, they're looking to see who's talking, they're looking to see who's looking at them now that they're talking to you. They're looking to absorb, to get, to intake all the attention that they get from that one interaction with you or more. And when you ignore them, that's why they seek you out, because it's like they require that attention. They are going to make you have to interact with them so you have some type of energy transfer, so people can see them for a split second how they see you. Because when you're minding your business, focused on yourself, not worried about anybody else, it's like all eyes are on you, and you know it. You know people are all paying attention to you. They say you're egotistical. They say you have an ego, but when you look up, everybody's looking every other opposite direction than at you. Some people won't even let you know they're looking at you. They just continue to look down at the ground like they don't even see nothing. Everybody looks away at people when they're staring, but it's like, people at least look back at you or something. And it's not that you need anybody to look at you. It's just that you already know that people are creeping. When somebody is looking at you for a long period of time, like rudely staring, when you look at them, they're not going to look at you because they don't want to get caught in the act. They don't want to get caught being a creep. All right, when you're around normal people, they're going to look back, acknowledge whoever is near them. All right, but these people in particular that want your attention, they're going to act like they don't see you, but they're still going to be watching you and acting weird around you the whole time. So when you're not one of those people, you have to not care and not change who you are. Don't try to be some outgoing, happy person talking to everybody, thinking that people are going to change. Don't think that it's something that you're doing. That's why I wanted to give that example and that breakdown in the beginning of this video, because I don't want you to think that it's something that you could change about who you are to get these people to stop. This is how people are going to interact with you, because wherever you go, you get all the attention. Everywhere you go, you get all the attention, and you don't have to change. People may try to act nice in front of you and may try to act like, oh, I saw you, or oh, yeah, I see you, or people may try to act friendly. How are you? People will try to put on a whole act in front of you. All right, you don't have to change who you are. People will be fake around you. People will act like they're friendly around you, all because they see what type of person you are. They see you're a good person. They look at you like, oh, she just staying to herself. Oh, she don't bother nobody. Oh, she don't got nothing to say to nobody. She just over there quiet off in the corner. Of course. And you don't have to change that for nobody. All right? So don't lose who you are. If you like being a quiet person, if you like being somebody who's just off to the side, not bothering nobody, doesn't want to be bothered, that is totally okay. Do not let the world force you into being somebody that you're not. Don't lose yourself. Don't lose yourself trying to please other people, because at the end of the day, they really don't care. And all they're trying to do is see how they can affect you. They're trying to see if what they do will make you react or act a certain way. All right. People do that to try to have control over people. When you're off to yourself, when you're off to the side, and you know that majority of people may be good, but it's still some people that you have to stay away from. People who can sense that you don't want nothing to do with them, when you're in their presence, they're going to be all buddy with each other, because they see that you're someone, or the type of person that you are, wants to distance themselves from the type of person that they are. But it's all because of how you see them acting. When you're trying to go somewhere, you see people that just want to be all up in your way on purpose. Is that somebody that you really want to interact with or speak to? Especially after like the fifth time of you having to excuse yourself every time you see these people? That's just rude. They're trying to start some trouble. You have the right to be the type of person that you are. If you want to be left alone and don't want to be bothered by anybody, that's cool. But don't go changing yourself for others, because if you go to change yourself for others, you could potentially lose who you are. All right, you don't want to be fake. You don't want to be a fake person. A lot of these people aren't even being real. They're just being fake with other people, putting on a fake smile, putting on a fake attitude. You're staying to yourself because you see that a certain type of people that you don't want anything to do with, and there's nothing wrong with that. You have discernment. You have to trust God. All right, you got to trust your instincts. I just saw a video the other day about this lady who was saying that she was at work and there was somebody that she wasn't saying too much around. That's because her instincts, her God in her, was letting her know that, yo, if you want to survive and thrive and keep hope alive, you should stay away from these individuals. And it's all about your discernment. People got the devil on them, and then they want to act like they're not two devils having a conversation, because you peep that the energy is no good, and you know to stay away from people that don't respect others. You know to stay away from people that don't respect people's personal space, that want to walk over somebody's boundaries. You know that that's not a person that you would want anything to do with. And when you're in public It's not like you have time to sort out and be like, oh, that's a good person. That's not. So you just stay to yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. When the right people interact with you, when you bump into the right people instead of the wrong people, you'll know. You won't have that feeling of I don't think I'm supposed to be dealing with these people or this person in particular. Don't change who you are. Don't lose who you are. Would you rather have God and discernment, or would you rather have fake friends and look like the person who is liked by everyone? All right, I know you're chosen. I know you have empathy. I know you're a good person. All right, I know you believe in God. I know you're a right. Besides even being good, I know you're a righteous person. I know you're striving towards righteousness. All right, I know you're striving towards righteousness. So don't go feeling bad or sad because of how people are interacting with you and themselves in public. All right, when they see you stay away from them because they ain't no good, they're going to be all up in your face having a conversation, buddy in it. Don't feel bad because you don't have any buddies wherever you're out at. Don't feel bad because there's nobody for you to speak to. You have God in your life. You don't need to be speaking to anybody who God is telling you to stay away from. Use your discernment and don't think twice about it. Stop feeling bad for being somebody who's aware that there are people out there that aren't any good. You don't have any business dealing with people who God is telling you to stay away from. You know that it's for a good reason. Would you rather go against God just so people will think highly of you? Or would you rather ignore a man and do what God tells you to do so you could stay in his favor, so you could keep his favor on your life? I'd rather keep God's favor on my life. I'm not worried about having any friends. I'm not worried about people liking me. I'm not worried about being the most happiest, smiley, uh, good person out in public. You don't have to be. Not everybody deserves your time. Not everybody deserves your energy. And depending on how people act, if your higher self is telling you to not interact with them and keep your energy to yourself, you better listen. Because that's how people end up getting into situations they don't have no business dealing with. That's how you end up mixing your energy, wasting your time talking to somebody that you have no time or business talking to. Now, after you get done talking to them, now your energy's all off. Now you feel bad. Now you got to go pray. Now you got to go listen to some binaural beats or listen to some music to uplift your spirit. You have to trust your discernment and trust that judgment. All right, trust your mind's eye. Trust your spirit when your spirit is telling you to not deal with certain people, to when you're out at certain places to stay to yourself. Just listen. All right, know that that's God trying to tell you and communicate to you that you're doing the right thing. All right, sometimes we got to stay to ourselves. Sometimes it's best to stay to ourselves because God knows what's in people's heart and he knows people's truest intentions. And sometimes he doesn't want you interacting with people. It doesn't matter if you're in a social setting. Maybe God don't want you to be social in that setting. And if that's what you're feeling, that's what you have to go with. All right. If you pray for discernment, if you ask God to show you certain things, when you see it, don't start to backtrack, or don't start to be afraid, or don't start to worry now. There's nothing to worry about. You know when people are good people or not. You'll think that you're being a bad person from staying away from somebody. Then 5 minutes later, you'll watch them and see how they act, or you'll try to move around and see how they act around you, and then your mind will let you know. You'll be like, man, I knew I was right. I knew I shouldn't have interacted with them. I knew I was supposed to stay away from them. You can't be out here being friendly and making friends with everybody today in the time and days that we're living in. Not everybody is meant for you to know. Not everybody is meant for you to be friends with. Not everybody is meant for you to interact with. A lot of times it's best for you to just stay to yourself, handle your business, and then get back to where you belong. And you don't have to change that for anybody. If you are comfortable being who you are, why change? If you're not hurting anybody, if you're not giving anybody an attitude, if you aren't being mean and nasty, there's nothing you have to change. People just have a problem with you. And that's why I'm making this video. People will have a problem with you staying to yourself, not worshiping them, not making them your God, not kissing their behind, because they see that you have this. They see you have something special about you. They see that you're anointed. They see you have God's favor on your life. How come you just won't walk up to them and start a conversation and give them all your time and energy? You know that that's what they want. You know, if you did that, you know that they would all love you and still talk badly about you behind your back in the same breath. So you'll be so nice to people and so caring to people, and they'll judge you for it and make fun of you for it and clown you for it. Like that hasn't happened before. We've all experienced that. So now the world wants to be upset at us because the type of person that they forced us to become. What sense does that make? All right. The world wants to be upset at us for how they made us. We stepped out into the world with a kind heart. We stepped out into the world a social butterfly, but the world wanted to clip our wings. All right, we had to grow new wings back. Once we grew these wings back, we said, I'm not letting nobody clip my wings or pull my strings anymore. So the fact that we're not letting them clip our wings, the fact that we know that they're shady, and the fact that we won't let them take a crap on us or abuse us or play with our mind, or we won't let them have any effect on us. We won't let them try to bring negativity into our world. They see us as a problem, and they all want to gang up on you. Oh, what's wrong with us? I'll tell you what's wrong with you. You don't got the spirit of the Lord on you, and I could see it. People who love God and people who worship God don't act in certain ways. They're going to be gentle. They're going to be kind. They're going to be patient. That's love. All right. Don't feel bad about yourself because you feel impatient. It's hard to have patience with people who aren't patient with you. These people may seem calm. These people may seem patient, but why are they trying to get in your way? Why are they trying to make you have a negative experience? And then when you react to them negatively, now they want to point the finger and be like, what's wrong with you? The whole entire time, you could see what type of person they were. And God even told you to stay away, and you stayed away. But the devil in them and the devil in them was attracted to the light in you. Because when you don't react to them, you keep more energy and you keep your light. Don't change who you are. It could possibly save you from reacting negatively. You're not supposed to be friends with everybody. You're not supposed to be he-heing with everybody. As a chosen one, you're supposed to keep most of your time and energy to yourself, unless God himself tells you or directs you, or you know that the person coming into your life was sent from him. You could tell by the spirit that the people are coming in. You could tell by the type of spirit that's on these people, whether they're a good spirit or whether they're evil. And when you see somebody is evil, common sense tells you to stay away. Just because a group of evil people are smiling and laughing and asking each other how they're doing doesn't mean they're good people. Doesn't mean you have to feel bad because there's nobody talking to you. Wouldn't you rather be by yourself than in the presence of fake people? All day, every day. Praise the Lord. I'd rather be by myself than be around some fake people. And when you go to certain places, sometimes due to the area or due to wherever you're at, there's going to be some fake people there. And if you could look at them and if you know I better stay to myself to keep my peace and my sanity, why throw away your peace to make other people happy? That's people pleasing. All right, don't say yes to other people when it's a no to yourself. Don't say no to yourself and yes to others. You're living backwards. You have to place yourself above everyone. You have to put yourself first above people when it comes to human interactions and doing things that you think are going to please others, doing things that you think are going to make other people feel good. It's good to make other people feel good, but when they deserve it. If somebody's down, somebody needs somebody to talk to, and this is a good person, a person that's righteous, a person that believes in God, a person that won't vex your spirit, a person that won't give you a headache or make you feel drained for talking to them, a person that's not evil, by all means, if that person wants it, if God puts it on your spirit, if that person start talking to you or the opportunity presents itself, you lift them up. Of course, you give them your time, you give them your energy because you know that God's going to restore your soul because this was an intervention. This was a situation that God put before you, that God put in your place, that God wanted you to interact with this person. If you're not getting that from people, keep your energy to yourself. These people will take your energy, feel good about themselves, keep it moving, and act like they don't even know you. Okay, thank you. Yep. You'll be like, what the hell's wrong with someone? What? I don't even understand that. Why did you just walk over here on an angle? Why did you just stalk my each and every footstep just to talk to me for a little bit, get my energy, and then dip? That's weird. Oh, I just want to. Okay, yeah, bye. Like they just want to talk to you for a second, get your energy, and then dip. They're not going to use us like that anymore. We're not going to be used like that anymore. And the fact that we don't let people use us for that, they're upset. They feel some type of way. They're going to be out to get you. The people who have that type of personality disorder, people that just won't let you just be by yourself. All right. So don't change who you are. If you want to be by yourself and people are starting to aggravate you and get on your nerves, turn in the other direction. Start praying. Put your mind focused on God. All right. Pull out a prayer book. Pull out some scriptures. All right. Because you can defeat these negative feelings. All right. You can defeat these people. And how you defeat them is by staying focused and staying positive. Don't allow their negativity to eat at you. All right, because they know that they're negative. They know that they're playing a sick, twisted game with you. You think these people don't know they're getting in your way on purpose? You don't think these people know that they're trying to affect you negatively on purpose? It's to the point now where you don't even care. You just stop, wait, and just let them go. I don't even get upset anymore. I just take it. If I feel the need to, I take a deep breath and I just let the people go, because any anger, any frustration, I can give it to God. So there's no reaction anymore when you let things go and you give them to God. But that's why it's important to not change. You'll think you're being a bad person and you'll go be a good person and end up feeling worse than if you'd have just stayed to yourself. I knew I should have stayed away from that person. That person was mean, nasty, and negative. And now after dealing with them, now I feel worse before I even started. Before when I had the thought to just leave this person be. Just leave these people be. All right. I know there are people seeking you out. I know there are people that are trying to get in your way. Don't change who you are. People are going to force themselves on you. Don't change who you are, because you'll lose yourself. You're trying to find yourself, not lose yourself. All right. And you need all the energy that you can get from you. All right. You need all the energy that you can get from God. You're not giving these people any time. You're not giving these people any energy if they don't deserve it. And odds are they don't, because you can see how they act. You wouldn't want to interact with somebody that would act like that towards another person. You can see how people act, and you can see the evil on them. You can see the evil spirit on them. So if somebody got an evil spirit and you're choosing to stay away, it's for your own benefit. You don't have to be a people person. They could all be friends with each other. It could be 100 people that are just negative. It don't have anything to do with you personally. So stop feeling depressed, stop feeling sad. This is for anybody that may have been depressed, anybody that may have been sad, anybody that feels like you don't fit in or you don't have any friends. Don't change who you are. Don't try to fit in with these people, because you'll lose yourself. The more you try to fit in with them, the more things they're going to set up and change for you to fall into their trap, fall into their snare, and then they're sucking the life out of you, and they're using you for all your time and energy. When you try to please these people and fit into their groups, they're never going to make it work for you. They're always going to find something, nitpick, micromanage, hyper criticize. They're always going to find something that's wrong or something that you're not doing right. It's always going to be some game that they're playing that puts them above you, and you seeking and chasing after their validation. That's what happened when you allow yourself to become a people pleaser. You lose yourself to please others, and you're left in a continuous chase of seeking validation and seeking others' approval. And that's not something that you need to be doing. You don't need anybody's approval out here in public. What you need is to stay focused on yourself, what you're doing, keep your mind on the Lord, His word, His righteousness, and His favor, so that way you can get back to where you're going. Because we are living in different days and times. We're living in different days and times. A lot of people aren't people. A lot of things that you're seeing and be like, did I just see that? Yes, you just saw that. All right, this person is negative. They got an evil spirit on them, and that's all there is to it. All right, I'm coming home from I'm leaving to where I'm leaving from, and this person is just like standing on the side of the road. And at this point, I'm not upset. I'm not changing who I am. I'm like, yo, I know this person is possessed. This person is just leaning over, looking at a sign with tattered up clothes on. And it just didn't matter if they had tattered up clothes on or not. Just screw their clothes, okay? I don't like when I'm stepping into my wealth and success and prosperity, and I'm looking for mirror images of myself. That's just not the image or mirror of myself I'd like to see. So I rebuked that one. But the person was just looking like they were focused on something, but they weren't. The person saw that the person saw that I was someone that they should have to try to get attention from. And people will see you as someone to get attention from. These entities will see you as a source. I didn't let it affect me. I didn't let it get underneath my skin or bother me. I just simply walked past them. But the thing is, when the person was not moving, and the person was just looked like they were minding their business, staring at a sign. And the way the person was looking and acting, I'm using my discernment. I'm like, yo, something wrong with this individual. They're possessed. So instead of trying to be nice, instead of trying to be a good whatever, I just walked on by, didn't interact with them, stepped on the side of the road, walked on past them. As soon as I got past this person, you already know what they did, because they're possessed. They got a demon on them. The person turns around and starts walking behind me, looking at my stuff, looking in my bag. I say, you know what? I didn't get upset. I just stopped walking. I just let the spirit pass by me. I cross the street. I get on the opposite side of the street, and I just keep going. You have to not react to these people, because you save your energy and you keep your light. These are not real people. These people are possessed. All right, who knows what he was on? He was obviously on something. And when it's certain things that you use, you open yourself up for spirits to come into you. And this person was obviously possessed. They don't open themselves up for something to come into them. So I'm like, okay, I know this is not who this person appears to be. All right, so I just stepped over to the side of the road, just kept it moving. But I'm not going to feel bad about that. I'm not going to care how people look at me. Oh, he's crazy. There's something wrong with him. He don't like being around people. He's easily bothered by people. He doesn't like people. It's an energy thing. They think you don't like people. It doesn't even have anything to do with them. It's their energy. Their energy is screwed up and jacked up. And as a person with discernment, you don't want anything to do with it. Who gives a crap what people think about you? Who cares if you're at church? Who cares if you're at work? Who cares where you are? Who cares how people feel about the type of person that you are? You're not going to change who you are for them just to please them and their demonic evil spirit. All right, these people want you to worship the ground they walk on, and on top of it, they want to treat you bad on top of that. And it's like they want you to please them. They want to treat you bad and think you're just supposed to be okay with it. That's how you know you're dealing with somebody that doesn't have any empathy or any regard for anybody other than themselves. And you got to stay away from people like that, because that's bad for yourself. And you're not putting anybody above you anymore. We're not putting anybody above ourselves anymore. Maybe in the past, we might have tried to be a good person. We may have tried to be the outgoing person. We may have tried to be the people pleaser, the people. I'm a people person. Good for you. Not me. Not anymore. Not today. Not happening. Not ever. I'm staying to myself. I'm keeping my energy to myself. And whoever don't like it, too bad. And the people that have the most problem with it, those are the most demonic spirits out here. The people who don't care, they don't got no evil in them, because they could just, okay, somebody don't care about me, whatever. I just going about my day, going about my business. Those are my favorite kind of people. All right. So you see certain things that are happening. Don't gaslight yourself and going to think that you're a bad person because of how other people are interacting with each other in your face. That's cool. That's wonderful. But I guarantee you they could possibly potentially be faking it. And if you want to stick your toe in, or if you want to step in the pit of snakes and see who's venomous and who's not, that's on you. God told me not to do that. If somebody seems venomous and seems like they could potentially bite, I'm gonna take a left instead of a right. If they're where I gotta take a right, I'm gonna go left. So, and that's another thing. Avoid these people at all costs. When you know that people are like that, you don't have to go near them. You're not being afraid. You're not being a punk. You're not being anything other than somebody that is avoiding trouble. You're wise when you avoid trouble. These people want to put themselves in certain positions for you to have to see them and for you to have to walk by them and walk near them. It's all of attention grab. That's all it is. It's just attention grab. Don't let that affect you. Don't let that bother you. And you don't have to speak to them. Somebody was negative yesterday and they want to be positive today. Don't speak to them. Keep your energy to yourself. If somebody is the friend of your enemy and it's been a week and you haven't seen them talking to each other, and now this person wants to come up in your face and speak to you, that person is still your enemy. The other person is just not present and they need some energy. These people are empty vessels, y'all, and they require the energy of others. All right, whether it's good or whether it's bad, they don't care. So if the person that is not around them, that's your enemy, you saw them conversing with them, and that's not your friend no more. And it never was. So you didn't lose nothing. You didn't even lose nothing. So don't even see that as a negative. People are just showing you who you are, and always be grateful and thank God for that, because you have the gift and the spirit to see it. I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video. I hope everybody is loving themselves, putting themselves first, putting God first, and not changing who God made you to be for anybody else, just for some fake love. And that's how you have to see it. The love is fake. It's not real. God's love is real. And that's the love you need to be focused on. So I'd like to thank everybody for hitting that like button, hitting that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. This has been another DrewTube special. Shout out to the chosen vessels and salute to the galactic family. All right. Stay who you are, stay true to you, and keep loving yourself and putting yourself first. I'll see all you amazing, wonderful, gifted, favored, chosen people in the next video. Peace.